everybody, it's Lindley, the Queen of Cannabis, and my mother, Amy.
The Fairy Gange Mother, also officially known as Lovey now that I'm a grandmother.
Woo! Congratulations. And you're listening to Spilling the High Tea, a podcast all about spilling the tea on the hilarious behind the scenes of working in the cannabis industry. Our shop, Sky High Cannabis, and ourselves are located in Squamish, BC, Canada. Huge shout out to Adam, our director / podcast extraordinaire. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Woo, woo, woo. And today on Spilling the High Tea, we have a very special guest.
Yes.
My mother's mother.
Yeah.
AKA Baba Kush. Baba Kush.
Hi, Baba Kush.
Yay.
Hello, hello. Oh, it's so nice to be here. Look, 3 generations.
Three
of us.
generations.
all
Before
here.
we get started, because Bubba wanted us to make sure that
nice
everybody in
disclaimer.
the listening and viewing audience knows that we are in the same bubble, which is why we're not wearing masks. But our podcast director and producer is.
Beautiful.
So everybody's safe and sound here.
And we've washed our hands.
Yes.
We're doing great.
Yeah, it's
Feeling
important.
fine.
Yeah.
And you two have had your
So they're
first
actually
vaccination.
listening to me.
Right, she's like kissing 82,
Surprise,
so we
surprise.
do what she says.
Yes. Right. That's fair.
To
That's
all
fair.
you mothers, hang in there and finally you'll get your payback eventually.
Eventually. Has it happened for you yet, Mom?
Would it pay back? Of what?
I don't know. Ask her.
Your mothering.
Yeah, of all the work
efforts.
that you
Oh,
put
all the
through.
efforts. Oh, yeah, I think
I think you have.
generally I am pleased with how you've turned out.
Yeah.
That's good. Good to
Yeah.
know. Excellent.
As a general rule.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Baba.
Yes,
pleasure.
finally.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Dive into cannabis history, like really. We're going to dive into see what, used to be and what is now.
We want all the dirt. Like, we want to know what you did as a teenager.
Yes. But should we start by
Smoking and
Enjoying
eating some CBD, because my
CBD.
mom,
she's our CBD?
she's a
lady.
CBD queen. How much CBD do you take a day? Can you want to
60 milligrams.
60 milligrams, and you take that in capsules.
In
one in
capsule
the morning,
form.
one at night. Is
That's
that correct? Good. Today we're going to introduce you to some CBD in other mediums like chocolate,
Ooh.
and also gummies.
And more gummies.
And well, I also brought some little
What are they?
CBD cigarettes, Mom.
Oh,
some
well,
joints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You may or may not want some.
I tried a few, and I never felt like I got high from it, though other people said I did.
Who told you that you did?
I think when I smoked a bit and said I didn't feel anything, you said that I appeared to have. It appeared to.
Yeah. I probably was like, this woman cannot be not stoned. I probably couldn't handle it.
That's
You're
right.
smoking weed and can't get stoned. It seemed like a tragedy.
Far-fetched. Yeah, tragedy is a good word, actually.
Well, I was disappointed. I
Right?
must say.
Yeah.
Have you tried since then, besides...
No.
That was a couple years ago now, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Mhm.
Yeah. So these little joints are high in CBD, low in THC.
Okay.
And these are Harlequin by
Harlequins.
Tantalus.
Yes, little 3-pack.
Harlequins are normally really good, so
Let's see what it's like.
we shall see.
I
I'm
brought
gonna
2
try
3-packs so that Adam can have one as well.
Candy cane, chocolate. I'm gonna try the peach serene gummies. by
There's like
Aurora.
5 pieces in there, so we can all try them to see what they
Beautiful.
taste like.
Beautiful. Okay, so while we're unpacking these, I want to know, Baba, when was the first time you ever heard about pot ever in your life?
Well, when I was a teenager, there was out in society, marijuana, the big evil, and
Did you say the M word?
yes, in those days,
Oh,
it wasn't called pot
no.
in those
No,
days,
it's called
although
marijuana.
it did evolve into calling it pot.
Right. But now you don't like to be using that.
No,
MJ
marijuana
word.
is a pejorative.
Term.
Yes.
But that's a different story.
Yeah.
She's just
Okay,
describing.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, no, that was the word
first
that
time.
was used.
Yeah.
Now, remember, we're talking 60 years ago.
Okay.
60 years ago.
Yes, absolute, at least.
So
Right.
did
yeah, because I guess over that because you said you were a teenager.
Yeah. And of course, there were movies like that showed.
For Madness.
Yeah.
did you
Reefer
see
See
that?
that in theater?
No, I didn't, but I heard about it. You know how you hear about things. And then in later life, I sort of saw excerpts, little
Okay, yeah.
things, and it was.
It's quite funny. I've seen it. It's quite silly. I mean, I guess back in the day it might have been a masterpiece. I don't know, but
It's a little bit of overacting, I thought.
oh, for sure, it's quite
And
silly.
inaccuracy.
Do you want to try a little CBD smoke, or you want to just try the candy?
I
You
think I'll
don't. No
just try
pressure,
the-
Mom.
Yeah, no.
Wanna try some-
I was a regular smoker for
I
50
know,
years, and it
yeah.
was so hard to quit that I wouldn't want to get hooked, not by the CBD, but by
Just
the smoking again.
Yeah, just that like
Yeah.
oral fixation. Kind
Okay.
Of thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to try a gummy then?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'll have a chocolate. Thank you.
Well, you can have both.
Oh, can I?
Yes,
Okay.
try the gummy
All right,
first.
I'll
This is
have
a
it.
peach gummy.
Oh, that sounds
Little
nice.
juju, they
Peach
call them.
Serene, my
Peach
lord,
Serene.
they're really good.
Okay.
Delicious. So you were in your teens. Was it your early teens, mid-teens? Do you kind of like? Do you remember
Mid-teens.
mid-teens?
15,
It
16.
was just kind of the marijuana was evil. That was kind of the story back then.
And like nobody that I knew or hung around with had
Right.
anything to do with it.
Okay,
with it.
no. So everyone that you did
Yeah,
hear
you
from
didn't
was
hang
really
around
against
low
it.
lights like your daughter.
Well, you didn't smoke it back then. You weren't even born then. She was still a
just
teenager at this point. Crazy. Crazy. So all of your friends were pretty much against it, correct?
Never came up. But
Never
we're
even-
not
yeah.
even interested
Yeah,
in
it
it.
wasn't even a thing. So it's just kind of like a.
How old were you when you left BC? And was it in BC that you first heard about it, or more in Ontario?
BC. Left BC when I graduated from high school, so I would have been 17, 18 years old.
Okay. So I guess you never would have tried it back then. Did you know anyone that had tried it
No.
back in the day?
No,
Was it hard to get? I guess you wouldn't even.
probably.
Okay, well, I guess fast forward up to your children, and when you heard about it again.
Well, not quite.
And that's when I heard about it. Oh, and no, I guess I had read her, because I was involved with handicapped children. I had read articles about how it stopped seizures.
Even back then.
Well, that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Or
still-
30 years ago. Yeah, it was just coming out a little bit.
You mean like when you fostered babies?
Oh,
Or
no,
when you were...
when I was working at the school.
I see. Okay.
I worked in
Right,
the
I
class,
forgot about that.
and a lot of the children had epilepsy and had seizures.
And do you know if any of them were on cannabis?
Oh,
for that?
none of them were at
None of
that
them were
point.
at
No,
that
no,
point.
it was just brand new. But I had read about it.
Right.
Okay. Do you remember hearing? Now this isn't about weed, but do you remember hearing any about the treatments of psychedelics back in the day? Do you remember hearing about that?
Not in treatment. There were psychedelics but generally, people on a bad trip or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just learning that back in like the 50s and 60s, they actually used to treat a lot of things, or they were starting to, with psychedelics, and then they kind of had that big shift, and they just stopped all research on it, even though it was one of the most promising things for.
Well, when it first started out, it wasn't promising. It was like a torture.
What do you mean?
What psychedelics?
Yeah.
Oh.
If they gave them to a mental patient, that patient would have a wild trip with nothing to help them come down or to ease the transition at all.
You mean like a professionals to like a guiding through the trip?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm talking about like in therapy, like guided trips where they would be with someone. the
Yeah,
whole
with,
time.
like, studies.
Not like recreational
Yeah.
use. I'm talking about like.
Because
how
that's
they
when the
used to-
studies, like late
early-
50s, early 60s.
60s probably.
And then it wasn't
Yeah.
until like 65, I think, when there was that major shift.
Like after
And
I
then
was
they just
born.
kind of stopped. But I mean, I was just digressing. I've just been recently hearing about that. So I thought
But
that
I
was
do have a
interesting.
question for you about that, because you were a teenager in BC where magic mushrooms grow. Did you know anyone that picked magic mushrooms in BC when you were a teenager?
Not when I was a teenager, no.
No.
later as an adult, I heard about, like, we had neighbors that used to come to BC every year to pick mushrooms, and
Yeah, but those were pine mushrooms.
oh,
Pine mushrooms are a delicacy that they could sell for a lot of money.
oh, I see. Well, I guess I just
overseas?
assumed that it was the magic mushrooms.
I see. Okay. Okay.
So, I mean, who would be picking mushrooms otherwise? Just joking.
Yeah,
Well, we digress anyways. That's okay.
we do get
Yeah,
off topic,
it was,
don't we?
That's
all
okay.
right.
We can circle back. But so it wasn't quite a while later until your thoughts around cannabis even started to change. I guess it took quite a while up until maybe mom and dad opened the shop, or were you kind of like opening your mind up sooner than then?
To tell you the truth, I never even thought about it until your mom and dad got
Yeah.
into the business. And then I started looking into it. And I was living in Scarborough at the time. And I was in quite a bit of pain. And probably your mom suggested that I might benefit from some cannabis. And so I made an appointment with a cannabis specialist at the Aurora Cannabis Clinic. And he did a real workup, a blood test and a urine
really?
test.
Okay.
Did you have to pay for this? Or was it free?
Well, it was covered under Medicare.
Okay.
Cool.
And an extensive health history. And he was the one that prescribed the 60 milligrams a day
Of CBD.
Okay.
of CBD. And it was wonderful because
Yeah.
my pain just gradually went away, but within a week even.
Yeah. Really.
And now you just take it to make sure it doesn't.
yeah.
To keep it in your system.
That's right. Yeah.
I wonder if it was Stephanie that sent you that CBD clinic, because it was in Ontario. I was in BC. I wouldn't have known anything about any kind of clinic, so
Might have
she might
been.
have recommended it.
Might have
Maybe.
been.
Stephanie,
Yeah.
by the way, for everybody watching, is
My
my
big
mom's
sister.
My aunt. So before you actually started taking CBD and stuff, did you notice like a shift in society at a certain point in time where it was like starting to become more
Acceptable?
accepted and
Yes.
stuff? Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Can you describe like kind of what that was like
Well,
over time?
whenever it was written up in an article in the newspaper or a magazine, there was less hostility towards it. Let's put it that way. And it was, and then they started to talk about the beneficial health effects of it. So it became gradually more accepted.
Yeah. Slowly but surely.
So when all your kids were teenagers and things like that, is that something that you worried about?
Never crossed my mind.
So you never caught Lindsay or
No.
anyone smoking weed?
I didn't even know that it was available, to tell the truth.
Right.
Oh, probably, I might have thought, there are some wild kids that probably do it, but not my kids.
Innocent. Did you?
I didn't like it.
No, but you tried
Of course,
it?
I tried it.
Do you,
Yeah, there
do
was
you know
some.
if your brothers and sisters did as well, or?
I don't think none of us turned into potheads except for me after 50. Yeah, it was all alcohol.
It wasn't until
Yeah.
my brothers and my generation that.
I didn't like alcohol either.
No, yeah, you've always been kind of interesting about like, I don't know, feeling not normal,
Yeah.
not being sober,
Or not in control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not in
Yeah.
control. That's a
Yeah.
good way to put it. So Baba, what was your like first experience like? Like, have you ever gotten high? Like, have we ever gotten high at all? Even
Yeah,
with
we
like,
tried.
oils?
Yeah, they tried. Like, we would sit out in the backyard and I'd be puffing away, and
I got pictures to send you, Adam.
We'll put an insert photo of Bubba smoking here.
but I didn't think it was having any effect.
That's interesting. I wonder. We should probably try again. Maybe it's
Well, I'm trying right now.
even
She won't do
even
it.
with like oils or something like something.
Well, I
Right.
just
little
had a
bit
gummy.
softer.
Well, that's
those
just
are CBD
CBD.
ones. So
Oh,
those
CBD.
ones,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's try this. You want a little chocolate?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
Is this
this
a
is
little bit? of THC?
Yeah, 1 milligram of THC, 20 milligrams of CBD.
Very, very
And this is by Legend, and it's Candy Cane Crush CBD milk chocolate.
Oh, I love chocolate, even though, I'm trying to stay away from sugar, but
It's hard. It's tough.
you do,
Well,
you
it's a
don't.
small
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
And maybe the good effects of CBD will
Overcome.
counteract.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we got to do the childproof, right?
Childproof. See, even moms have issues with child
Pinch
proofing.
here.
Pinch and
Look at
she
that.
got it. Woo!
I got it.
Yay! All right,
You
well,
have that
lovely.
Baba have that.
That's the
chocolate.
candy cane milk chocolate, and then this
Oh.
one is dark chocolate.
I'm gonna try the CBD milk chocolate by Bang, powered by Indiva. Delicious.
Now, you realize that this goes against a lot of my ethics.
What?
What do you mean?
Well,
Explain.
I'm trying to stay away from sugar. And
Okay.
chocolate, I want to be sure that it's ethically grown,
Sourced. Okay.
sourced, and not child labor involved.
Fair.
Now,
Okay.
the cannabis, that's okay, or the THC, that
Yes,
doesn't bother
fair.
me.
Well,
You don't care if that's child labor?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be, would it? Does THC? Does
I'm
No.
teasing. It sounded like you said you're fine that there's child labor with with
Oh,
cannabis,
no.
but chocolate is where you draw the line. I'm just making sure.
okay? You just brought up
dear.
something that I hadn't thought about.
oh, shut up. So, how has your relationship with cannabis grown over the last few years of?
Well, I love it because it makes life much more pleasant when there's no pain.
Right. I mean, that's pretty groundbreaking. Within about a week, you've been pretty much
Yeah.
pain free, with like maybe the odd day where
Oh, yeah.
it'll be a little bit extra, but
Well,
you'll
I-
just take a little bit more.
I still have pain, but it's from something different. It's from when I had, I want to say Skittles, but what's it called? Shingles.
From when she had Skittles.
Yeah, I always get the two words mixed up.
I love that.
But anyway, when at night when I take one of the capsules before I go to bed, and sometimes the pain breaks through, and I'll take another one.
Fair, yeah.
And I do know that I went to your doctor's appointment with you once, and I know that you usually have some 222s or
Yes.
just on for
For
how
if
often
I-
do you think you have to take those?
I get a 60-day supply, and that probably lasts me 3 months or,
Right.
or 4.
Right.
I just take it
So you get
as
60
needed.
capsules,
Yeah.
and that'll last you 3 months.
Yeah. Because
So-
I don't take it every night, just when the pain breakthrough is too
Yeah.
much and I need it.
All right.
Okay, well that sounds like maybe every other night. Is it that
About-
often?
yeah, probably,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we should up your CBD. So,
Oh, there's a lot.
and yeah, so you have nerve damage from
That's right.
shingles.
That's right.
So it is very, very high pain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And you probably, when you went to that Aurora clinic, did they mention anything about THC and CBD together?
Not that I remember, but it could have been.
When was that?
More than 2 years ago,
More than
before
2
she
years,
before
yeah,
she moved
probably.
to BC.
Yeah.
So was it before legalization or not?
Yes.
It was. So
Yeah,
then
yeah,
that
because-
maybe that was a factor where it was mostly CBD.
It-
Because back then they may not
Right,
have been able
yeah.
to
Right.
even.
That's right. And it was just
Or
being
less selective.
decriminalized, and like it was legal for your mom to ship it to me. You used to send me the
It wasn't
capsules.
legal to do that.
Wasn't
I
it?
just sent it to you anyway.
Oh, I thought that's about when it became legal.
Well, it's a lucky thing that you were very suggestible that I can convince you of anything. 'Cause I got my own.
Oh,
Suggestible, she said. Suggestible, she says, like, dumb.
Do you want to try CBD?
no!
Oops, I'm sorry. Oh well.
Wow.
But it's yeah, they're kind of nice, Adam. They won't get you crazy stoned, but they're certainly making me smile. These
Super
little
lovely.
tantalus harlequins. Oh, he needs a lighter.
Oopsies, my bad. So, Baba, what would you tell other seniors that are afraid to try cannabis?
Oh, I'm all for it. I would encourage them.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes life much more pleasant. And I don't mean pleasant because you're high. I mean pleasant because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
out of pain.
Well, exactly. I mean, you're using
High,
the CBD,
out
so
of pain.
if you want to get
Yeah, mine's
high,
awesome.
that's okay. Yeah, if you want to get high, you can do that. You
Yeah.
can get a
Hey,
little
maybe we should give her
high.
some of those little low dose THC where she can take one of those with the CBD. It'll be like a little bit of a boost, and then maybe you would not need the codeine once.
Oh yeah, probably the codeine's not the best for you.
Right, whereas THC is
THC.
no lasting complications
affect
with
your
your
liver.
liver or anything
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So
Well, there's another point to make that it just doesn't have the bad effects that, for instance,
yeah,
codeine does.
like
Yeah.
Tylenol kills a lot of people
That's right.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that some people even use it to commit suicide,
Really?
to do an overdose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much you have to take.
I don't know,
bottle.
but I would guess quite a bit.
And wouldn't it make
Isn't
you feel
that-
sick? I don't even know how it would.
Well,
how it would
probably.
Make you feel.
I don't know. It would probably make you feel awful, and then you die. It's not fun. Not good. No, I think that's one of the best things about having the shop is when the seniors come in and they'll mention how they're not on as much of the pharmaceuticals anymore. They've gone down to like pretty much nothing, or sometimes
They even-
do. Like sometimes they
Absolutely.
cut out tons of pills.
That's
just
right.
for cannabis, and it's pretty.
I forgot about
remarkable.
that, but that is one good side effect.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
Yes.
freaking awesome. Yeah, I think one lady, she was like, I was on like 16 different medications, and now she just uses cannabis. It's like, that's pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
it is really amazing.
Yeah. Too bad for you pharmaceuticals. We don't care. Cannabis is coming for you. It's right.
It's probably why they don't like it.
Yeah, that's true. What do you hope
Excuse
for
me.
the future of cannabis, Baba?
Well, it's doing very well right now. I think it's becoming more and more accepted.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll promote it because my family's into the business, but and it
Well,
does seem to have such
positively,
good
yeah,
effects.
affects your life, so it's hard not to. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much to cannabis.
I mean, you
too.
do work here.
Well, there you go.
She does it really. By the way, we don't.
She gets
make
paid.
her-
She gets paid in CBD.
I get paid in CBD, and that's a blessing. That's an absolute blessing.
Exactly.
I must speak to my accountant about that. Do I have to declare it on my income tax?
Is it a taxable benefit? Well,
That's what I'm wondering.
You two are ridiculous.
I'll check with him.
We put her really hard to work here, that Bubba. It's
And I want to
awful.
talk to you about that.
Okay.
About working here?
Yes.
Oh,
About doing actual work. I
wanna
feel
do?
she should have an actual job for me to do.
Okay. What would you?
what would you want to do?
Well, I counted things.
I know, but
For
we don't want to make
inventory?
you do like actual things, since we don't actually like. you're
Well,
not on
I think you
payroll.
should save a few little Joe jobs that are taking other people's time and save them for me when I come in
Okay.
on a Friday.
Okay.
What about cleaning
has
toilets?
spoken.
You want
Oh, I draw the line.
Yes.
just seeing how open you really are to anything.
I think she's paid her dues and doesn't have to clean another
I've
Although
cleaned
maybe-
enough toilets in my life.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh man.
I'm just trying to figure out what you're going to give her to do.
I don't know either. I honestly don't. So you never
What
caught
about rolling coin?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that needs to be done.
Sure.
roll
There you
some
go.
coins.
Okay.
And then she can beat you with them. Just joking.
Put them in your fist and give me a punch.
Well, if anyone tries to mess with you, you can.
Bam.
That's right. Give you as your weapon.
Yeah.
You know that's necessary. You can be security. Didn't
There
we
you-
already decide that?
There you go. And like I
Security.
could be a greeter.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. As soon as this COVID thing's done, because we're only 4 people are allowed in the shop, so
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
you would take
Sure
up one of
thing.
those spots.
Yeah. Sometimes just seeing a gray-haired old lady sitting there will make it more,
Yeah,
more
makes it
acceptable.
less nervous coming in, right?
And even the younger people might think, "Hey, I can tell my grandmother about that."
That's right. Give me the lighter. Give me the lighter.
Oh no. Curse.
I know.
Curse the talking. Got on you, mother. So I want to circle back to the term marijuana and why
We're not allowed to use
racist.
it.
I read about it. I can't identify where.
Okay, no worries.
Maybe the internet. But marijuana is a Mexican whore. The term for a Mexican prostitute.
That's what they termed it back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so it was definitely used as a racial slur towards the Mexicans, people from Mexico.
yeah. The same way you wouldn't use the N-word in the States.
Right.
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere. No.
Right.
And so marijuana is sort of like that, although not quite as.
No, because
not quite as
you're
strong.
saying the N word, but you're saying the whole marijuana.
yeah,
so I
yeah.
know
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like most people don't even know about that history
That's true.
of
Right.
the term. Like it
Yeah.
hasn't become that
Yeah,
like that much of a slang term
a slur.
slur
Yeah.
towards people who are Mexican.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure if anyone.
And nowadays, if you say the M word, people think you're referring to, what was it? The M word.
The N word?
What's another word for feminist that begins with M?
Man hater? I'm
not
kidding.
Sure. Do you mean
Some
the
people-
opposite term, like misogynist?
Well, there is a word, and it just went right out of my mind.
Okay.
You don't think that the cannabis is having an effect on my memory?
It
do
might
you?
be.
I mean, who knows?
You're getting secondhand smoke,
Well, there you go.
and there is some
Could be.
THC in this.
Well, there you go.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Could be. So, yeah, I believe that it started back in like the reefer madness days is when it was used.
Yes,
And
it
was
was-
used as a fear-based thing because a lot of people who were bringing it over were bringing it over from Mexico. So they wanted to dehumanize people from Mexico and make them seem even like all scary people. Oh my God, they have pot. God forbid. Thank you for bringing that over to Canada. We appreciate it.
I have a feeling
Now,
he's already out.
going back to my days, like, say in my late teens, early 20s, women my age were getting married in those days, and
Yeah.
they'd have a little get-together, a shower, a bridal shower or something like that. But when you got invited to a pot party, it was a pot party, pots and pans.
And that, did you have a pot party before you got married to get pots and pans?
Not pots and pans. I had, like, people gave me a general shower, which was very nice. And you usually got a teacup.
Oh, that's so
Yes,
funny.
there you
So
go.
did you only have pot parties when people needed just pots and pans?
Well, they'd be sponsored by Revereware or something. So you knew that they were available for sale, and you sent out an invitation to your
Right.
friends to a pot party.
Right. So it's like a Tupperware
funny.
party.
Yeah, like a Tupperware party.
Like or a salad master pots. I have salad master pots, and that's how I bought
That's
my
exact-
pots.
there you
but
go.
That I love that.
That's hilarious.
Pot party.
A pot party.
Oh.
That's so funny.
What was the name of the company that sponsored it?
Well, any of the pot was, I thought of Revereware,
Revereware.
but probably other ones did as well.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to know about Baba's cannabis history, Mother?
Well, I'm kind of disappointed that you didn't have any, good stories about. What about like with Jordy or Vish or Lindsay?
No one got caught? Nobody's
No,
convicted?
if they partook of it, I wasn't aware of it. I had one rough night with Stephanie, but I don't think it was because of pot. It was something she took.
Alcohol?
No, I think it was something like
Acid?
Yeah.
Right.
Probably. Yeah.
Ooh.
So have you ever done magic mushrooms or acid, Mom?
No.
Ever wanna?
Well, I'm always open to new
Are
experience.
you? I'm just checking. Where I
See
get
if
my.
Baba wants to do DMT.
Oh my.
Oh my
What's
God, can't
DMC?
wait. DMT.
It's like another like
psychedelic,
psychedelic.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yes.
I haven't even I'm not even aware of that.
Yeah.
So funny. Actually, a lot of
told her
people
not
don't
to
know
tell
about
you.
DMT.
Oh, okay. Good thing.
Next thing you know, look at the trouble we're gonna have. We're gonna fight her on
My
DMT.
dentist didn't even know about DMT. I thought that was surprising. Most people, a lot of people haven't heard about it. Have you tried anything other than pot and alcohol? Put on the spot.
No,
Straight shooter.
Yeah,
Just alcohol?
just yeah. I used to have a drink or two, but I never was into alcohol that much.
Did you ever get like actually drunk?
Oh, not drunk, but I got feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've never even been drunk. Wow.
I don't know. Like, maybe she doesn't remember. She's 81.
It's true. Could be possible.
I
Lapses.
mean,
if I was your mother,
like
I
she's
would've
trying
been-
to come off pretty angelic here. I don't
Well,
know.
I had an older boyfriend
Oh.
who I used to date before Dad, and he was old enough
I'm
to
glad
go
it was
into.
before.
He was old enough to go into bars, and I guess I passed because we'd go out and I'd have a Singapore sling, and I felt very sophisticated.
Singapore sling.
What's a
I
Singapore
remember-
sling?
It's like orange juice, grenadine,
And rum.
And rum?
Yes, but I think it was Coke and rum and grenadine.
Well, they might have changed it
Could be.
from my day, but
Yeah.
I don't remember Coke in it.
I felt very sophisticated.
Yes, I'm sure you were.
When did Coca-Cola have cocaine in it?
Oh, long before our time, probably
Really?
in the 1800s.
Coca's
Oh.
been around that long?
Oh, it's been around for a long.
Huh. That's why it's a blue chip stock, I guess.
There you go. Now, I have to say something here in favor of Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Generally, we frown on it and we don't encourage it. And people get very upset that even in third world countries, Coca-Cola is available. But the other side to that is in third world countries, they often don't have clean water.
Yeah.
Whereas Coca-Cola, it's sugar and clean water. So it's a bit of a nutrient and a hydrator.
Yeah.
And it's available.
And it's available and it's cheap, right?
I don't know if Coca-Cola is very hydrating.
Is there there is caffeine in it?
There's
but I don't
caffeine in
know.
it, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty awful if you pour Coca-Cola on things and see what it does to stuff. It's pretty.
That's true.
Messed up.
That's true. Yeah.
But I guess if you have nothing else, you're gonna
Yeah.
drink Coca-Cola.
There you go.
Who else shouldn't we shop, Mom? There's other companies that you
Oh,
need
there's
to
so
warn
many.
about.
Oh, yeah. Nestle big time.
Nestle
And,
big
Don't
time.
buy
and,
Nestle.
and Nestle is into all kinds of things like other names so you really have to research.
Yeah, they have a lot of sub companies, right?
Be conscious of where you buy and what you're buying.
Yeah, she's
right.
always
Shop
been very.
local.
You've always been like that. You've always
Well,
been.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Like I
kept
go back.
up with. I remember couldn't have any L'Oreal or.
Yeah, and when South Africa had apartheid, I didn't buy products that came from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of things on the market that do. And you really have to be vigilant because big companies kind of hide their roots in that, so you can't boycott them easily.
Yeah, they do it on purpose, I guess.
Well, that's the capitalist way.
What, doing things on purpose?
No, taking advantage of the weak.
That is not what capitalism is it?
Oh, it has a pretty good history of it.
It might be one of the downsides.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
Yeah, what would you do instead of capitalism?
Oh, I'd do a mix. I believe in capitalism.
Oh, okay.
But a gentler kind that had some ethical boundaries.
If you could have any CBD product, like any product that you really love, made into a CBD product, what would it be?
That chocolate was terrific.
There you go. It's already made for you.
And you can get CBD in
Bath bomb.
bath bomb.
Oh
that's
yes,
right.
that's
Cream.
right.
And powder.
I do use the salve from time to time.
Right. That's what you do. Yeah.
Those are nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
like when my knees hurt and stuff. Whew, it's just life changing.
I should use it more
Yeah,
on my hands.
like very localized. Yeah, it's really nice. So necessary sometimes.
Where's your pain? Yours is knee pain. Is that right? Lower legs?
Feet, legs, ankles,
All the above.
shooting pains all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I bet if you use that cream regularly, it probably would seep in and help.
Well,
'cause it's so
my
localized.
problem is I have trouble bending over to apply the cream. These creaky old joints.
Fair. That's fair. Well, I appreciate you coming on to our show, Baba. Is there
We
anything
sure
else about
do.
cannabis
Well,
that you want to mention?
Yeah, any other like Mother's Day's coming up on
Sure.
Sunday. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank
We're going
you.
to see each other
That'll be lovely.
with your new
Brunch.
great-granddaughter.
Oh, yes. And I would just encourage, let's keep doing research on it, particularly in the medical field, like for children and stuff.
Yeah. Seizures, all those
And,
things.
yeah.
Where they know it works.
Which they are, and it's proven to be quite awesome so far.
That's
But
right.
yeah, we definitely need more and more.
Yeah, and look into the benefits of it rather than the
Yeah.
Yeah.
downside.
Thank you, legalization.
Yes.
Yes, I'm all for it.
All right.
Good. All right.
Baba.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming
for
on. Excellent.
Please subscribe, everybody. Hit that like button. Don't miss
Yeah.
another episode.
She might be on again.